interface. Okay, let's work on interface. And while we're waiting for image to be uploaded. So to put the interface, to customize your interface, can you see the divider? When you double click, you expand the divider left and right, and on the bottom also. Now, here we go. Now, let me control N. Oh, hey guys, by the way, how many of you trying to use remote access? Let me pause the video quick.
I used remote access last semester.
So are we ready to modify, to customize your interface? Okay, so when you look at the view, first of all, you need to expand the divider on the left because we want to see all the brushes. Now, to activate the brush, we will have to create some object inside the scene. So let's add something. Just sphere is fine. Draw it and turn on edit. And just in case, let's make polymesh 3D, and I can hold shift to rotate so that it snap front view. And if you like, you can switch your material to basic material. I mean, you don't have to, but okay. So now under preference, config, just expand that sub palette. Now enable customize. Now when you enable it, see the bottom expand. The divider is still closed though. If you double click on it, it will open, but you don't need to. We're gonna just put it on top of it. So now any brush you wanted to put it right here, it has to be list right here. So if you don't see it, go ahead, click the picker. You don't want to grab, we don't use the bigger icon. The bigger icon is the brush chooser or brush picker. So you click to pick. So go ahead, move brush and move topology. Pinch. If you don't see it, you press P and choose pinch. When you choose it, it will add into the small icon. You don't need smooth, because smooth you just hold shift key. So you need pinch, you need clay, C, and then look for clay and clay buildup, the most common use. And clay tube is a good one too, but we don't really use it much yet. Okay, and when you select, it should list right here. I mean, this is from what I've been using, so it's kind of pops right here already. Even though I reinitial, it's still there. And then press T. So you need trim adaptive and trim dynamics. The most used is trim dynamics. And I can review about how to use it again if you need to. And the next thing is D. D is Dam Standard Brush or Damien Standard Brush. Okay. Oh, I don't have that one, so I should do D. Here we go. So I think so far we already have enough. Now to put it here though, I like to organize. I would move, put the move brush. If you hold Control Shift together, Control Alt together, click and hold and drag and drop, it will snap into the section there. So I put move first. I mean, you don't, in the future you can rearrange them, and then I'm gonna put move topology, Control Alt, to click and hold and drag and drop. Here we go. And move, so this is moving a larger area. So now one more, inflate, because we can use that to enlarge the bigger space, bigger area. So put that, here we go. And now I'm gonna organize with the brushes that for a little detailing. So before detailing, a standard brush can actually be a large push and pull based on the brush size. So I will put that next to the inflate standard. So now we move on to a little less detailing. So it will be damn standard brush because we can cut the detail. Control Alt together and drag, left mouse drag and drop. There we go. So now what about adding surface? Like to, if you think about like when we work with clay, we just put another clay, smaller piece of the clay on top. We would use clay brush and clay buildup. So I'm gonna put clay first and clay buildup. I just hold Control Alt. There we go. Now actually I forgot. Pinch can also be a detail brush. So I'm gonna put pinch next to damn standard brush. So I'm gonna hold Control Alt and then just grab the clay and move it. And then I'm gonna put a pinch right there. Here we go. Now what if you change your mind? I don't want this brush to be here at all. You just hold Control Alt together and then just move the brush icon and drop to the canvas. It'll be gone. That's how you move it. So I'm gonna move the clay right here, and, clay buildup, and rearrange a little bit. So the next thing will be a cut plane or scrape the surface. So trim dynamics, trim adaptive. So I'm gonna put a trim dynamics first because I use more than trim adaptive. The difference between these two is the trim dynamics, it sampled the plane each move when you move the cursor across the surface. But trim dynamics will sample only one pick from the first start. The rest of them will be cut based on that depth of the first pick. Okay. And topology and Z modeler, don't worry about it. We would use that with project 2. So on this project we don't really use. Let's put edge polish with it. Edge polish is basically its same sampling as trim dynamics, which is sample all across wherever you move the cursor over the 3D object, but it's respect the edge. So it's kind of maintain the edge, which trim dynamics does not. So now I use trim edge polish more than trim adaptive. So I'm gonna rearrange the trim adaptive to be a little behind and edge polish. If you don't see edge polish here, just need to choose first. Click on the bigger icon, which is the picker, and then press edge and look for edge polish. So it's high polish. That's the what it stands for. Now, when you want to save this, you need to collapse the divider so that if you save the interface when the divider is open, every time when you open your ZBrush, this will open. So I want more more working space. So now under preference, in disable customize. Now right now you're on standard mode now this section we're gonna add more stuff later on, like for example masking, grow mask, blur, grow, shrink, sharpen. We can put it somewhere here. We can remove some of this too if you want. But for now, I want you to be able to find the original command. So we will not put that. So now we need to back this up. To back it up, you go to preference. First, you need to store this configuration. So click store config and then just click OK. Basically, we'll save this information in the startup folder of ZBrush. So now to back it up, you go to preference and then you do save UI. And I can put it right here. I'm gonna call Surit UI 2021 and .cfg, just leave it there, and I save in my folder. Okay, so from now on, you can bring this to different computer. If you come to the lab, you want this to be there, you just come to when, for example, if I restore this standard, now it's gone. I can go to preference, config, load UI, and I can pick the file that I save and it come back, and then you have to store this. So store config so that it's saved in this computer. So that's how you work with the interface. Okay, so now today I'm not going to show you how to put the image inside the viewport because we just want to see a little bit of reference. We don't really care so much about the precision. So what you need to do is you just open that image and just leave it right there, and then bring the ZBrush up front. And now right here, see through, can you see? You can just use see through. So I can do maybe a little bit. I don't like the gradient. So under document, I'm gonna turn off range. Here we go. So, and the good thing is when you move your cursor outside of the viewport, that see-through is gone. Okay. Alright. I'm gonna stop the video and then I'm gonna restart another one. So this one will be about